Hi, it's What If Wednesday time with Susan Bennett Fisher and Martin Fisher, the co-founders of Body of Nine. What if you understood all the benefits of knowing your natural number and what that meant? And what if you lived actively every day from the core of who you are?
So yes, this is What If Wednesday. My name is Martin Fisher.
I'm Susan Fisher.
And today we're going to be talking, as Susan said, about what if you knew yourself? What if you could use your body to exist better in the world? And the way to do that is to learn your natural number. We're going to be talking about all the advantages about learning your natural number and also why it can be really, really useful to learn how to activate the other 8. So what are the Body of 9 natural numbers, honey?
Well, so there are 9 physiologically different kinds of people.
There's 7 billion people in the world, but only 9 physiologically different kinds. Amazing, huh?
And so we have 9 centers in the body. 1 is born active, 3 in the head, 3 in the chest, and 3 in the torso. Each one shapes our experience of reality in a different way. So learning about your natural number, getting identified as we called it, allows you to understand how your body activates, how to use your body to access the innate strength and power that comes with it, to understand how your senses and your experience of life are affected by the activation of your body.
So as it turns out, your parents are not like you. Your brothers and sisters are not like you. So it is very, very likely that no one has ever honored you for being you. The real nature of you. There's a lot of nurture that's gone on in your life and people have helped you with that nurture. But your nature, your natural number determines and explains that. And we've worked with 7,000 plus people, and 1,000 people just like you have told us, what is it to be like you? How would you like to have been raised? What is it that you would like to honor in yourself? And so understanding your natural number leads to all that. So we're going to go in a little bit detail about every little step, starting with how do you learn about yourself?
Yeah, the first step is to get your natural number identified. So the way we identify a person's natural number is we look at their body. So the muscles and bones, the hold in your face, the facial expression, the structure of your body in your activated area, and your energetic signature, the way you talk, the pace you move at, the tone held in your body, all of these things are components of your natural number, and they tell us which natural number is active in your body. So from the time you're born, your natural number is developing your body from inception, and it continues to develop over the course of your life. So understanding how your physiology works lets you access this strength more accurately and effectively.
So have you made decisions? Why do you make decisions? How do you make decisions? What do you care about? How do you interact with other people? All of this you kind of know, but until we've actually spent some time working with you, until you've learned about yourself, you can understand what is the gift of you, what is your personal magic. So the ability to learn about yourself at a deep fundamental level is one of the first and major advantages that you get from learning and getting your natural number identified, because really nobody else has seen you the way that you'd like to have been seen.
Yeah, which means we're really misunderstood, and our nature takes us away from the power of our nurture. Our nurture is that part of us which is easy. You don't have to work at being your natural number. It's just part of who you are. And so that understanding of how your body works lets you be more effective in terms of how you communicate with other people, how you relate, how well you understand each other or not, as the case may be. We use language differently depending on which natural number is active.
And if you look at the statistics, and I just read this the other day, 53% of communication is nonverbal, 28% of communication is through tone, through pace, and only 17% is through the actual words. But guess what? The words we use are very, very dependent upon our natural number. Our tone and our pace changes based on our natural number and where we are. And our body is doing different things depending on our natural number. So pretty much your entire communication method is different than the people around you.
And shaped by how your body is active.
We give and receive love in ways that we're used to. We give love from our natural number center. Hopefully your parents gave you love in a way that was really positive for you. And so you're going to find people and you're going to recognize that they give you love in that particular way.
You know, yeah, the way we hug is actually distinctly different.
It's amazing.
So, for example, natural number ones often wrap their throat around your throat when they hug you.
Yeah.
As a 6, I give a big bear hug, chest to chest. Martin doesn't really even like to hug.
No, because I'm giving love from the top of my head.
Like a fountain out of the top of his head.
And just knowing that other people give love differently. And if I meet somebody, so when I was younger and I was dating people and I was thinking, wow, this person's really, really beautiful, and they wouldn't respond to me at all. And it actually turned out just as much about they didn't understand how natural number 5 gave love as it was about anything else, and vice versa.
Right. When I found out my natural number, it helped me to regain my dating confidence, because I thought, well, why does one person be attracted to you and then another one isn't? But you're attracted to them, and that's happened to all of us, where we had a huge crush on somebody, but they were completely uninterested in us. And it turns out that doesn't have actually a lot to do with you. It has more to do with their familiarity with your natural number. Think about what that means in relationships. So
Yes.
understanding your natural number helps you accept who you are and understand when and how and why other people might be interested in you or they might not be.
And then when you're in a relationship with someone, they're not going to be the same natural number as you, which means that how they use their eyes might be different. How they move, what they care about could be completely different, and doesn't make anybody wrong.
Nope.
It gives you the chance to investigate a different way of looking at the world and deepening your relationship by understanding that they're not like you, but there are things that you can do to support them that they may not even be able to express.
And this deepens your relationships, because you enter into your relationships with more understanding, more opportunity for shared language. So if you understand how somebody uses their language and their words and their energy, then you can have a much better interaction with them. And that creates more understanding and connection in relationship. You can also learn to use your body to create connection. So eye contact is one way that we create connection. Natural numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4 teach us how to use our eyes to build more powerful connections and to use our bodies. So if you lift your chin and soften your eyes and focus from your throat, it helps you honor your partner. And that's a really special thing, to remember to honor your partner from time to time.
And that helps them honor you too.
Yes.
So we move on from being honoring. So perhaps you've decided that there's more to life, because there is. And you've decided that you're going to want to take the first few steps on growth and development and taking yourself to this new place. And knowing that you have a natural number and discerning what your natural number is a really great start to that process, because you can actually see and experience the world in a way that is uniquely you. It lets you connect to your own personal magic, because we all have personal magic. It lets you connect to the source of wisdom that is in you, that is probably not in the people around you. And it's a way to really honor yourself as part of that process. We've all heard that you can't love somebody else until you love yourself, but this helps you not just love yourself, it also helps you honor the people around you and honor yourself, which is really, really vital, because until you can trust that you are the amazing, wonderful human being that you are, it's really hard to move forward.
Yeah, identification is the first step on a journey of growth and development. One of the really key factors to learning to grow and change is being willing and able to observe your own behavior. The first step to change is that observational ability, to be able to see, oh, I did that. What's that about? And then apply things like curiosity and wonder and awe to being curious about, why did I do that? Where did that come from? And then the understanding of your natural number versus your nurture, the separation of those things, then enables you to say, hey, I have a belief system that I have observed and behavior associated with that belief system. And now I don't really want that belief anymore.
It maybe came from your parents or your friends or society.
Life experience.
All those things.
Yeah.
And again, to reinforce it, the way that you process data and what you care about is different than the people around you. None of those statements make anybody wrong. And this is true across race, true across gender, it's true across the whole humanity.
Yes, everybody has a natural number.
And so the way that you experience the world is different than people around you. And understanding that is just giving people permission to be who they are. And so understanding your own natural number is a really, really great place to start this, especially in around the family. We've all been to places where at Christmas or Thanksgiving or whatever holidays you celebrate with your family, it's hard because everyone's going back to those old family dynamics and they are working through their nurture on top of their nature. But if you understand them, if you understand that they have their own amazing gifts to give you and their own ways to communicate, it makes communication and family gatherings so much easier and so much more fun than it is if you're just wondering, why is this person saying these really strange things in a way that I can't even process?
Yeah, so you start with yourself. You start to look at yourself. You become your own observer, look at your belief systems, and then you decide and change your behaviors. Now, then you bring this into your family so that you can have everything that Martin just talked about. So knowing the natural numbers of your children, your parents, your brothers and sisters, your workplace, your community, now enables you to have a dialogue about how differently you approach. It's very, very important to learn the difference between your nurture and your nature. Because your nature, as I said before, is easy. Your nurture is where we have our stuck places. And that understanding of what in our nurture do we want to hold on to, and how do we use our nature to recover from the traumas that come with nurture. So this work enables you to touch back into who am I? Who was I when I was born? How beautiful was I? You know, back to those moments of realization that you have more. There is more possible for you. You are a spiritual being. You have this untapped potential that is part of who you are. And how do you tap back into that potential and bring it into your life on a day-to-day basis?
And the other part of this is the way that the world communicates with you. We go through the world and the world in fact impacts us, we impact the world. And I like to describe this as though there was a radio station or a YouTube station, if you will, that has nine different stations, 9 different ways that information is being passed down. So let's say radio stations. And you're very much attuned to one particular radio station and your natural number is listening on that radio station. But until you actually know your radio station, until you know your natural number, you don't always hear it really, really clearly. There's a lot of static. It's like having thunderstorms in the background. It's crackly, it's banging. You can't always hear what's going on, even on your own channel. Imagine, though, that you could actually listen to all 9 channels.
Well, even turning yours and tuning yours is the first step.
Absolutely.
And then being able to change the channel and hear accurately and clearly from the other 9.
So as it turns out, because this is very physical, it's very body-based, you can learn to activate all 9 in your body. And having all 9 natural numbers being able to be activated in your body makes you a master of life. It gives you the ability to choose how you want to interact with people, how you want to receive data, how you want to process data. I can activate my natural number 4 and I slow down. And I feel my emotions much more deeply than my normal natural number 5. And as you saw when Susan and I were activating our number 1 or our number 2, every natural number helps you understand and experience the world in a deeper and better place.
Yeah, all of the natural numbers are pretty misunderstood, but we're misunderstood pretty consistently.
Yes,
You know, all 6s get called loud and fast. All 4s sometimes are told they're slow, or people get irritated because they're late. 5s can be condescending and grouchy with the world.
Especially when pushed, yes. And so, and as you may have heard me say before, I got into the world of computers. My degree was in computation because I could literally turn computers off if they annoyed me. It's really hard to turn people off, but as it turns out, that's not the long-term best way to be in the world. And I'm very, very happy now that I can relate to people, and I enjoy relating to people. And one of the funny things in my life has been that I dance as a 5. I'm a puppet. I dance up and down because my head moves from up here. But sometimes I go to natural number 4 because I like moving with my hips. And 2 things happen. Firstly, it makes my hips pretty sore. But secondly, when I was doing this recently, I was looking around trying to get someone to make eye contact with me. And when I'm dancing as a natural number 5, I don't care. But as a natural number 4, I really wanted to connect with people that were on the floor around me. And I found that I couldn't. And that was astonishing to me.
That's a great example of how our bodies can open us to new experiences, even when we are, when our natural number has a predilection for how we show up.
An interesting comment from Jacqueline. Hugging heart to heart, left side to left side, by saying "I love you" in my head has worked for her, and it does make it possible to connect to people as a 5, because you're expressing intention. And 5s, the even numbers are very, very body based. The odd numbers are less body based, but there's a lot more intentionally based around it. So as a natural number 5, an odd number, and I completely see, Jacqueline, thank you, the ability to say "I love you" in my head would absolutely make that easier, because that's an intention that comes with the physical.
How cool. And that's specifically 5.
Yes.
I actually find when somebody forces me that forces it. If somebody wants to hug me like that, it's uncomfortable physiologically for me, and I like to hug the other way. And because I'm so body oriented, my love is expressed through my chest and through the sternum, actually. So our expression of love is so specific to our bodies.
And so, just to answer Wendy's question, we're going to run through 1 through 9 very, very quickly, just so you can see the sort of changes that in our eyes and the way our body speaks. So, do you want to start at 1 and just go through?
Yeah, we can do that. So, natural number 1 is here at the throat, and when you stretch your neck, not to compress, open your throat, your eyes naturally soften, and in this place, we see each other. So I make eye contact with you, and together we connect at a very deep level that's very kind of energetically horizontal. And it's a place where I honor you, I allow you to see me, and I am vulnerable with you. And that creates a beautiful starting point for any relationship.
In any situation, if you're with somebody on the phone or you're talking and you're not being heard, instead of pushing to be heard, relax and be vulnerable. And if you can be vulnerable and open your throat and soften your eyes, you're no longer a threat. You'll become someone that's looking for help. And it's almost impossible for people not to go to a place of helping when you let yourself be vulnerable this way.
But if you want to engage in the moment and get your body up to speed to be with other people, you want to expand your upper rectus and abdominis muscles, push them out, and be ready to go. And that's natural number 2.
And it's fascinating, because when I was as a natural number 5, I have 360-degree awareness. I can sit and see around the world, but as soon as I activate my 2, there is nothing.
Nothing.
You guys.
But you guys, we can even see you through the camera when we activate our 2.
It's amazing.
And then 3 is up at the top of the sternum. You put your hands together like this. You can do this with us. And then you lift that upper sternum by pushing together your hands. It lets you identify those muscles. And then you can focus and you can see straight into the soul of another person and be in joy with them.
There was an article I was reading just the other day about how joy is expressed in colour and amazement and anything that's exciting in that joy and that experience and you can even tell we gesture from our natural number.
Yeah,
and so I'm gesturing from here now.
3 comes out of the body, at the upper part of the body.
Yeah,
and
it's so exciting.
It's so exciting. And then we did 4, but that's great. So natural numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4 are about relationship. How do we build? How do we honor each other? How do we engage? 1, 2. How do we inspire? 3. And then how do we be with ourselves while we're being together?
And it's such a lovely place to be. So don't often want to come out, but we have things to do. We can't just enjoy.
And the movement area is the low abdomen.
It
takes time to drop inside to the place where we're all connected. Yeah, it's a nice place.
It is.
Not much is needed there.
No.
Doing is not it's
a
a being place.
It's a being kind of place.
Yeah.
It's a place where tribal knowledge.
Where I'm me, he's him, and we're together.
Yeah, just with our breath.
And we're with you.
And we put it in the bubble. Everyone that's watching this video is now in our bubble. We love you.
Yes, we love you. And then if you move on to 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, the eye contact goes away. The connection becomes about the experience as opposed to about engaging.
I need to take a second here because I'm still connected.
We're still connected.
Okay, that's better. Okay.
All right, so 5.
We're back.
Yes, I'm gonna wiggle my body out.
We're going to lose our heads, but there you go. So 5 is about context, and it's
Yes.
about keeping a different kind of bubble. It's a bubble of knowledge, and it's a bubble of caring, but it's very much about doing things together and helping. It's not about connection. It's not about relationship. It's about things. It's about ideas. Relationship between people, perhaps, but how do they work? Not anyway.
Yeah, and it's. I mean, talk about really understanding what the observer is. 5 really teaches you that
5 is the
piece.
observer for sure.
It's this ability to come up 10,000 feet and see. If I activate 5 while I'm driving my car, all of a sudden I know where I am, like in the middle of the valley. I live in a big valley, and all of a sudden I know exactly where I am. If I don't do that, I know where I am right there on that road, but I don't know where that road is in relationship to the valley. And so 5 gives me that, like, completely different perspective on life that is much, much higher. As a 6, I'm like here in this micro space, whatever energy is here. Like I operate with my 6 chest, and life is fun, and life
fun,
is
it's
intense,
quick, and it's fun.
and it's right
Very
here,
intense,
it's
right
now.
Absolutely.
and it's great.
Yes.
I love being a 6.
6
love
is very exciting and can be very scary for the rest of us.
Yes.
Trying doing 6, for the first time I did 6, I could feel the molecules moving. And there's molecules.
and I live there, and he lives in 5. And then 7, oh my gosh, 7 is about focusing on the forehead, the third eye, and connecting to the infinite, into creating stillness from the mind chatter to enable new information to come through.
An interesting thing about 7 is that there's so much mind chatter that the rest of us don't get. It's like a non-stop mind chatter that 7s can quiet, but the rest of us don't even know it's there.
Well, we all have different versions of mind chatter.
Right, but the 7, I don't think that the rest of us have that
Stream of ideas.
And it doesn't impinge on us all the time.
It's true, whereas 7 has that constant flow.
It's constantly
flowing
at
at that, and their job and their challenge is that differentiation, like what's important of the information that's coming in and the possibilities and the ideas. How do I find a path through to that thing that's going to make a difference? Because 7 is all about making a difference.
Giving the messages.
And then 8 is like, okay, let's land it. Let's make it real. Let's get our feet on the ground. Let's feel our bodies. And let's know from that body wisdom, what are we going to do? And when are we going to do it? And who needs to be involved? And how are we going to organize the whole thing?
How do we make it trustworthy?
Yes, how do we make it solid so it's going to last and be honest?
Resolute.
Yes.
It's always
There's
this
a resolute.
We need to make it right.
Yeah. And that's the most important thing.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We agree.
Absolutely. And then
so you'll notice before we get to 9 how when we're synchronized in our natural numbers, we synchronize. We use the same words. We're speaking at the same time.
yes, and so your own use of language shifts as you learn to,
And your pace shifts.
your pace shifts.
Each of the natural numbers has its own pace, its own use of numbers, and I think we just gave you an amazing example of that because we were using the same words at the same time.
And that was not on purpose.
No.
That was just because we're here.
Yeah.
So we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Now 9.
So 9 is about integration. Oh God, it feels so good after we've been through all of them. You know, it's very healthy to actually learn to activate them all.
One of these days we'll do a meditation for you that goes to all 9 with the instructions how to get there because
Yeah, it's worth it.
it's an amazing daily meditation that helps you really synchronize and get into a connection with the environment around you and the people around you, and it can speed you up, it can slow you down, and it's just really useful.
Yeah, so you're bringing your attention to your shoulder blades. You may or may not have your eyes open. And the breath lets you release the tension out of the body that you might have picked up as you were doing the others.
Flow, integration, balance.
Yeah, it's so good. So that we can actually just be okay where we are without using force.
Without using force.
Yeah.
There's no need to use force if you know how to make changes.
Very true. Very true.
Let's see the list of comments. The thing we haven't figured out yet is getting to see all the comments.
We haven't figured out how to see the comments while we're doing this. But hey, we can scroll down. Okay. Thank you, Jacqueline. We will think about offering a course. It certainly is for natural number meditation.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are actually building a channel.
A channel.
A TV channel.
We'll
that
be announcing
will-
it in the next little while.
Yes, it's in process. You can actually sneak in there for a really good deal right now and subscribe for I think it's set at $3.99 because we haven't announced it yet. Exactly. So Jacqueline, subscribe now and you'll be in good shape.
Special.tv/body-of-9.
We will be raising that price as soon as we have it complete and organized. Right now, it's kind of a work in progress. So to find out more, obviously follow us here. We have our What If Wednesdays. Get identified, get your friends identified, and then read our book. Our book is has very good descriptions of all 9. It has exercises, so things that you can actually do to practice your own natural number and the others. It talks about how you can support other people. So I recommend highly the book. And just stay connected with us because we're all exploring this together. The reality is Martin and I don't, this is not our work. We are the stewards of this work.
We enjoy talking about it. We enjoy doing it.
It's
we
our
enjoy
favorite
working
subject.
with you. Yes.
Yeah, but
this is part of your journey.
this is your journey,
and
as much as it is ours.
Thank you, Wendy. And so, yes, so whether it's just to help you get through your life better, whether it's for you to help yourself feel better and have a more fun life, or whether you really want to start on a journey of massive, massive growth, because your world is 1/9 of reality, and you're not really connected to that as well as I think you could be. Understanding your natural number, knowing how to activate your natural number helps you really get connected and really, really become an expert in that 1/9. But there's 8/9 others, and
yes, and it also helps you understand all the other bits of wisdom that are out there. So every person that's out there teaching you a modality or a thing doesn't really understand this yet. Our hope is that
we're working on it.
Yeah, we're working on it. But if you at least understand, you can put their wisdom into context that makes that wisdom so much more usable. So you start this journey, you explore who you are, you build awareness in your relationships, you learn to activate all of your body so that you can become a more cosmic human. And who knows what's next? We're just at the outside edge of exploring what's next. And it's pretty exciting.